Thank you. Okay, my dear students, let us continue with the discussion on comparative account of anatomy of all vertebrate hearts. In the previous discussion, we have studied about the comparative anatomy of shark and frog heart. Next, we have to compare now the other three vertebrates' heart, that is lizard, bird and mammal, in the same format with the comparative points what we have discussed earlier in shark and frog. Come to the first point, that is location of all the three. In lizard, heart is located mid-ventrally, that is above the sternum. Sternum means the breastbone, above the sternum, that is in the thoracic cavity, but there is no septum transversum. There is no septum transversum, there is no partition. In case of bird, particularly we are going to take the example of pigeon. Heart is located mid-ventrally, that is in the thoracic cavity, and that is surrounded by liver lobes. In lizard, above the sternum, no septum transversum. In birds, mid-ventrally in the thoracic cavity, but surrounded by liver lobes. And in mammal, that is rabbit, located mid-ventrally between the lungs, two lungs, between the two lungs in the median pericardial cavity of the thorax. Between the two lungs in the median pericardial cavity of the thorax. That is the location. About the pericardium, outer protective layer. In lizard, thin, transparent, two-layered sac. Thin, transparent, two-layered sac encloses the heart. And in bird, thin, transparent, two-layered membranous sac is the pericardium that encloses the heart. Thin, transparent, two-layered membranous sac, that is the pericardium, which encloses the heart. And in rabbit, heart is protected or covered by two-layered transparent membranous pericardium. Two-layered transparent membranous pericardium. And then size and shape. Lizard's heart is small, roughly triangular, reddish in color. Small, roughly triangular, reddish in color. Bird's heart is large, conical, it is also reddish in color. Mammal's heart is larger but pear-shaped, that is in rabbit, and color is reddish. Then chambers. In case of lizard, three-chambered but with four compartments. What are those? Two auricles and one incompletely divided ventricle and sinus venosus. Two auricles, one incompletely divided ventricle and one sinus venosus, and all are faintly demarcated externally. We are going to find the marks which shows all these parts. externally, that is faintly, lightly demarcated externally. But in case of pigeon, four chambered, two auricles and two ventricles. But ventricles are not demarcated externally. You will not find the mark which shows the right and left ventricle, not demarcated externally. In case of mammal, that is in rabbit, four chambers, two auricles and two ventricles, and completely demarcated externally. All the four chambers are completely demarcated externally. And then we'll move to the chambers one by one. First, sinus venosus. In lizard, large but thin-walled, large thin-walled on the dorsal side of the heart, covers both auricles. On the dorsal side of the heart, covers both auricles. Bilobed, in which right lobe is larger and left lobe is smaller. Right lobe is larger, left lobe is smaller, and that receives two precavals and one postcaval vein from the body. Two precavals and one postcaval vein from the body. In case of pigeon, sinus venosus is absent, but it is incorporated in right auricle. Remember that. We will tell sinus venosus is absent, but it is incorporated in right auricle. That receives two precavals and one postcaval vein, opens directly into the right auricle. And in case of mammal, there also we are going to tell it is absent, but it is merged in right auricle. It is incorporated in right auricle. And the union represents a groove. The union of sinus venosus and the auricle represents a groove called sulcus terminalis, externally and internally by a ridge called crista terminalis. Externally sulcus terminalis and internally by crista terminalis. Vena cava opens directly into the right auricle. Here also, vena cava opens directly into the right auricle. And then sino-auricular aperture or sino-atrial aperture. In lizard, sinus venosus opens into the dorsal wall of the right auricle. Because sinus venosus is present in lizard, it opens into the dorsal wall of the right auricle through a oval aperture, through an egg-shaped aperture, and that is guarded by a pair of flap-like valves. Opens into the wall of the right auricle that is guarded by a pair of flap-like valves. And in case of pigeon, we told no sinus venosus previously, but opening of postcaval into right auricle is guarded by a muscular eustachian valves. Opening of postcaval into right auricle is guarded by a muscular eustachian valve. And in case of rabbit, that is in mammal, here also no sinus venosus, but opening of postcaval into the right auricle is guarded by a flap-like eustachian valve. In lizard, the opening, it opens into the right auricle. It opens into the right auricle through a oval aperture guarded by flap-like valves. In pigeon, it opens into the opening of postcaval into the right auricle. It is guarded by muscular eustachian valve. In mammal, that is in rabbit, it opens, postcaval opens into the right auricle. It is guarded by a flap-like eustachian valve. Then the next chamber, auricle or atria. In lizard, two auricles, left and right. divided internally by interauricular septum. Divided internally by interauricular septum. In case of bird, again two chambers, right and left, divided internally by interauricular septum, and same in case of mammals also. Two chambers, right and left, divided internally by interauricular septum. So then wall of the auricle. In case of lizard, it is thin walled. The wall of the auricle is thin. Interlining is in the form of slightly elevated muscular ridges. Slightly elevated muscular ridges, inner lining. Then pigeon, it is thick walled. The wall of the auricle is thick. Inner surface, the inner surface of the wall of the auricle is thrown out into short muscular ridges. Short muscular ridges. In case of mammal, again the wall of the auricle is thick and the inner surface is thrown out into muscular ridges called musculi pectinati. Musculi pectinati in case of the mammal, muscular ridges in case of pigeon, elevated muscular ridges in case of lizard. Then the next chamber, that is the ventricle. Small, conical, thick walled, located behind the ventricle, located behind the auricle. So an oblique muscular septum, oblique muscular septum that divides incompletely into two chambers. We told there are three chambers in lizard, two auricles and one ventricle. But in ventricle, which is small, conical, thick walled, located behind the auricles, but that ventricle is incompletely divided by an oblique muscular septum into two chambers. The larger chamber is called cavum dorsale, that is dorsal, and the smaller chamber is called cavum pulmonale, that is ventral. Cavum pulmonale. But in case of pigeon, it is large, conical, located posterior to the auricles, not ventral to the auricles, posterior to the auricles, and interventricular septum divides it into right and left ventricle. There is a partition, there is a septum which divides the ventricle into right and left sides, and the same thing is found in case of mammals also, in case of rabbit. Then columnae corneae. What are these? In lizard, prominent ridges from the inner wall of the ventricle are columnae corneae. Inner wall of the ventricle ನಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ರಿಡ್ಜಸ್ ಒರಿಜಿನೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ್ರಿ. ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಲಿಜಾರ್ಡ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಕಾಲುಮ್ನೆ ಕಾರ್ನಿಯೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. In case of pigeon, the ventricular cavity is traversed by several bars of muscular strands. The ventricular cavity is traversed by several bars of muscular strands. They are columnae corneae, that is in bird. And in case of mammal, rabbit, inner wall of the ventricle is projected in the form of several irregular muscular ridges. Inner wall of the ventricle is in the form of several muscular ridges, and those muscular ridges are called columnae corneae. Followed by columnae corneae, the next comparative point is chordae tendinae. Chordae tendinae are the fine cords arises from free edges of auriculoventricular wall. Chordae tendinae are the free edges arises from the free edges of auriculoventricular valves and they are attached to the inner wall of the ventricle. Auriculoventricular valve ನಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ವಾಲ್ವ್ಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವು ಇನ್ನರ್ ಸೈಡ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪಿಜನ್ನಲ್ಲೇ. ಪ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿ ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಡ್ by chordae tendineae with auriculoventricular valves. Chordae tendineae inner valve of the ventricle ನಿಂದ ಒರಿಜಿನೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ರಿ, ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವು? ಪ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿ ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವು. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ? by the auriculoventricular valves. That is attached by chordae tendineae with auriculoventricular valves. And in case of rabbit, chordae tendineae are long tough connective tissue strands. Long tough connective tissue strand connecting papillary muscles to the free edges of auriculoventricular valves. Long strands of tough connecting strands connecting papillary muscles to the edges of auriculoventricular valves, and they are the chordae tendineae. Then papillary muscles, they are not found in lizard, but in case of pigeon they are prominent muscular projections from the wall of the ventricle, and in case of rabbit they are large conical nipple shaped muscular projections or processes from the inner wall of the ventricle. Then pulmonary veins. Common pulmonary vein opens into the left ventricle. Only one common pulmonary vein opens into the left ventricle. Left auricle. And in pigeon, 4 pulmonary veins unite to open by a common aperture in left auricle. 4 pulmonary veins unite to open by a common aperture into left auricle. And then in case of rabbit, 2 pulmonary veins unite to open into the left auricle by a common aperture. Lizard nalle common pulmonary vein left auricle ge open agutte. Pigeon nalle 4 pulmonary veins unite agi they open by a common aperture into the left auricle. Mammal nalle 2 pulmonary veins unite and open into the left auricle by a common aperture. That is about pulmonary veins. Then auriculoventricular apertures and valves. In case of lizard, right and left auricle opens into ventricle. Right and left auricle opens into ventricle by separate right and left auriculoventricular aperture. Separate by separate left auriculoventricular aperture and guarded by single semilunar flap like valve. That is auriculoventricular valve. But in case of pigeon, right and left auricle opens into respective ventricle. Right into right ventricle, left into left ventricle. Through right and left auriculoventricular aperture, which are guarded by muscular strong flap like valves respectively. Muscular strong flap like valves respectively in both the cases. And in rabbit, right and left auricle opens into respective ventricle by separate right and left auriculoventricular apertures and which are guarded by bicuspid and tricuspid valves. Semilunar flap like valve in lizard, membranous flap like valve in pigeon, tricuspid and bicuspid valves in rabbit, that is in mammal. Then about conus or truncus arteriosus, which is found in shark as well as in frog, but it is absent in all these 3 cases: lizard, pigeon and rabbit. Then aortic arches arises. 3 aortic arches arises from the ventricle in case of lizard. Pulmonary from cavum pulmonale, right systemic from cavum dorsale, left systemic between the two. 3 aortic arches arises in lizard, that is pulmonary from cavum pulmonale, right systemic from cavum dorsale, left systemic that is in between the two. And in case of pigeon, 2 aortic arches arises directly from each ventricle. Pulmonary from right ventricle, right systemic from left ventricle, left systemic and ventral aorta are absent. Only 2 aortic arches, remember, pulmonary from right ventricle, right systemic from left ventricle, but no left systemic and ventral aorta. No left systemic and ventral aorta. But in case of mammal, like that of birds, it is same, but left systemic arises from left ventricle, not from right ventricle. Left systemic arises from left ventricle, right systemic and ventral aorta are absent. In case of bird, right systemic is present, but in case of mammal, left systemic is present. Right systemic and ventral aorta absent, but in case of the bird, left systemic and ventral aorta are absent. About the condition of the heart. In lizard, heart receives venous and oxygenated blood which are mixed in incomplete ventricle. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ್ರಿ, ಇನ್ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವೆ. So that is called transitional heart and it is a single circulation. Heart receives venous blood as well as oxygenated blood, but it is mixed in incomplete ventricle, so it is a transitional heart and there is a single circulation. That is, then in pigeon, no mixing of venous and oxygenated blood. Venous blood in lungs, pure blood in body parts, so complete double circulation. And then in case of birds, in case of mammals, which is the same as that of birds, no mixing of blood, completely or purely double circulation takes place. These are the comparative points of these 3 vertebrate hearts in lizard, in bird and in mammal. So listen to this video clip and go through the notes that I will give to you, means that I will later send to your group. Read that one. If you have any doubts, any questions, any queries, you can freely discuss, no hesitation. Thank you.